Hello. Welcome into my stream. I'm just doing a stitch with me today here on YouTube. So, I don't know if anybody's going to join me or not, but I'm going to sit here and stitch and we'll hang out and that'll be fine. So, I'm going to get a little music going in the background so that it's a little more interesting. Hopefully. Okay. There we go. Get there. Okay. Hello. Welcome in. Jasmine Custom Bags. So good to see you. I'm glad you could join me today. It's exciting. So I won't be by myself. But I'm going to switch over so you can see what I'm working on. Be working on this one from Little Dove Samplers. It's their Heart of Spring, and I've got a picture up there of what it's going to look like when it gets done. Let's see. What color am I working on right now? I'm trying to finish these daffodils. Yes, I need 471. I just got in this cool bag. Little, not a bag, but it holds all my floss. It's really cool. I use bins for a lot of floss, but you know, with the smaller amount, it's kind of nice to have something like that that's not so bulky. I have used floss rings a lot, but the only thing I don't like about those is the floss gets all like tangled and starts to come off of the bobbins, and it's kind of annoying. So I decided to get some of those on Etsy and try them out and see how I like them. It's from a store called Bags Plus. It's USA. It's with a Z. Okay, I just got this new stand too for streaming, so I don't have to keep moving my other one around. I haven't really decided if I like it yet. It's a little awkward finishing stuff out on the back, but for the most part, it's fine. I've been using it this week. Only downside is the little light clamps on the side are very narrow, so I have to use a hoop, or you know, like a round hoop, or I'm using a Nurge hoop right now. So yeah. But I'm just gonna sit here and stitch for a while, and oh man, my cup was stuck to the coaster, which would have been bad if I would have picked it up and it fallen off. That would have been loud. We're having a good Saturday. I haven't been doing a whole lot today. I just finished up the fourth part of the Farming Magic Sal from Fossy Fox Shop, like right before I got on here. It's one I got off, the stance is one I got off of Amazon. It's not real fancy or anything. It sort of has these two, well, let me flip over just for a second, I can show you. So you can see it's got like a base here and then these sides, and so it like rotates. Because I wanted something that was a little more for a table, and that, you know, would be a little shorter than the one I have. For the most part, I like it. I think the thing is like maybe I need to use a little bit smaller hoops so I can turn it easier. There's sort of like a limitation of how much space there is. Yeah, it wasn't too expensive. I think it was like 30 or 40. It wasn't too bad. Make sure I'm doing this right. Sometimes I get distracted on stream and I'm stitching and then I mess it up. I hate that, man. I hate it. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch, but I wanted to still do some stuff on YouTube because I know not everybody's on Twitch or really is like interested in being on there. And since they do have the capability, I figured I'd try it out. I did have fun a couple weeks ago when I live streamed my floss tube, which seems rather odd probably, but I kind of enjoyed it more. I'm kind of all over the place and a little bit hyper sometimes. So having more going on works better for me. Somehow. Plus, it can just be fun talking to people while you're doing that stuff. Like with the regular videos, sure, you get comments and everything, but it's fun to be able to talk back and forth real time. So I've been enjoying kind of experimenting with live streaming on both of these platforms. And just like being able to interact with people is fun too. I've met a lot of nice people on YouTube doing floss tubes, and now I'm like interacting with well, there's one person that I watch their floss tubes and they do Twitch, but a lot of the people are just doing Twitch. They don't necessarily do YouTube videos. But yeah, because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes making the floss tube videos, I have a tendency too to just like run through things really quickly. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get this thing done. Blah, blah, blah. It's not necessarily that I like want to make longer videos, but I think there's a lot of people that like watching longer videos because they can just kind of put them on and stitch and not have to worry about selecting something else. But I hate recording longer videos because it's such a pain in the butt to upload them. So it's nice when I stream it, it's just ready to go once I'm done. YouTube like figures it out and puts it up there. I don't have to fuss with it anymore. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it. I'm playing thread chicken here. I'm like got 2 stitches left and not a lot of floss, but I think I can do it. I'm gonna try. Come on. Okay, just to do one more stitch. Just one more. Oh, I'm so close. But yeah. Oh man. I love the bags I've been getting from you. They're so nice. I like okay. Well, good. Have fun with your sewing. I hope you get a lot of work done and a lot of things done, and I can't wait to get my next bag. Bye-bye. just be me in here. Oh well. You know, you just try things. You figure it out one of these days. Oh, would you? I'm trying to mark off these dang stitches. Sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay, done with that color. Let's do this yellow next. I should be able to finish these on stream today. Not too much more to go. Let's see, I need this one. Yeah. But, well, since it seems that mostly this is going to be watched later, which is fine. It is what it is. I hope you're having a day whenever you're watching this. I hope you're enjoying my new background and stuff for it, which I did use on my last floss tube, but my first Stitch With Me video, I didn't have it quite so fancy. I'm trying to post these earlier so that hopefully some people can join me if they're able to. But I'll probably do it for about an hour. I usually do about 2 hours on Twitch, but I don't know. It just seems like the stuff on there is a little longer. It's just sort of geared towards the live stuff more than YouTube really is. It's kind of funny, like, I think of more longer format stuff on YouTube, and it seems like they're trying to do lives and they're trying to do short things, and I don't know how much success they're having with that. Don't want to knock it or anything, but I don't know. I guess they see the success of platforms like Twitch and then the short form like TikTok. But it's like, yeah, that's what they do. Just sort of like tacking it onto your platform. I don't know. I haven't watched very many lives on YouTube, but a lot of the channels I follow don't really do them that much. So anyway, I've been having a pretty good day today. I haven't really been doing a lot. We did get out in the yard and do some trimming on our pomegranate tree and our blueberry bushes. We had some dead branches from the winter and stuff. Unfortunately, there's a lot of branches on the pomegranate. And I think what happened is it started to bud out, and then we got a cold snap, and that kind of hurt it. So I was trying to trim the dead stuff off to like encourage it to make new growth, hopefully. One of these days, I'll get a pomegranate off the dang thing. I'm hoping soon we'll get figs. Our fig tree has been doing really well. It's very... I wouldn't say it's like it's not prolific because it hasn't actually produced any figs yet, but it is doing a lot of really good growing and producing a lot of leaves and branching off. So I'm hoping that, you know, maybe another season or two it'll actually start producing some fruit. That is the thing about having fruit trees. Like, it does take a while before you get anything from them. Like, when we got that fig tree, it was literally basically a stick. But it's tough. It survived a Category 5 hurricane. So, He's a tough guy. I think most of that was because it was just a very young tree and it was able to kind of like flex in the wind um, and survive it. Whereas, bigger, older trees would have snapped. Yeah. But we've tried numerous gardening projects over our years here, and they've often been really quite sad. Like, I would love to have like a really nice garden and all this stuff, but so Florida. It gets really incredibly hot in the summer, so a lot of plants just don't do well with that. Then there's the weeds, which are voracious. And then there's the bugs, which they just appear and attack and destroy everything. It's so frustrating. Like, we have tried. The problem really comes down to, by the time you like need to be doing a lot of work in the yard, like weeding and maintenance and all that stuff, it is so stinking hot that you just have no desire to be out there. And that doesn't work out very well for your poor little plants. It's sad. It's sad. I wish I had more of a green thumb, but I sadly do not at all. It's just the way it is sometimes. I've just come to terms with that I'm just never gonna be the plant person. No matter how much I would like to be the plant person. Oh well. I keep thinking about doing something inside, but well, first of all, like, we don't have that many windows in our house, and the ones we do are like east and west facing, and they just don't get a lot of sun. So even just trying to grow plants, you'd have to have like lights and a whole setup, and yeah, we just don't have a good place for something like that, unfortunately. So I'll just stick to making crafts stuff. That's what I'll do. Yep, making progress on these little daffodils. And this is the center of the pattern, so I just kind of started in the center. I'm just gonna see how it goes from there. I realized I forgot to bring the white in here. That was going to be the next color we were going to work on, but I guess I'll have to work on a different color because I did not remember to bring that in here. And I usually don't kit up my stuff with any sort of white because I have a big, huge cone of it that sits next to the couch, and I just snip off as I go. That's okay. I will find another color to work on. Though it depends. It may take me the full hour to finish these daffodils. I am not a very fast stitcher, and I know I should really get better at sewing with 2 hands. But my left hand is just so very bad at it. Very not coordinated. So I try, and then I get annoyed with it, and I just go back to stitching with my right hand. got a little more to do with this color. So yeah, these little daffodils are like 2 different greens. And then 2 yellows and an orange. So oh, I just got in these fabulous scissors. Let's see if I can. They're just like so cool looking. The little dragonflies on them. Love them. So pretty. Okay, a little more of this color. And I'll move on to probably the other yellow, and then I will do the orange. Yeah, oh man, I've already been on here for almost half an hour. I guess I did start a little later than I intended, but you know, it happens. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Okay, floss. This back on here. Okay. Back to work. Yes. I was like, wait, is that the right spot? Yes, it is the right spot. I'm good. You know what? I'm going to try. I've been trying to remember to do the front. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do I? Oh, wait. No, I did. Oh, okay. Okay, front loop start. In case you were wondering, you go down in the front and come up from the back, and then you put needle through. Then you go back through the hole you just came out of, and it will pull that to the back, and there you go. Probably can't see that all that well, but I'm sure if you look for tutorials front loop start, you'll find plenty of videos on here for that, because it's the great thing about YouTube. People are always putting helpful stuff up there. I mean, I don't know how helpful this is, but you know. Hello, Andy. Welcome in to my stream. The Pacific Northwest, eh? That's cool. I went out to Portland, oh goodness, it's been quite a few years now. But it was lovely there. So much less humidity than down here in Florida. Oh my goodness. I do envy that a bit. The humidity is just really the pits. Yeah. But I also don't really like snow, so living up north is not super appealing. I just can't win, you know? Sorry, that was my husband sneaking in. No, I told him I was going to be on the internets today. I guess he was just wanting to let me know that he got back from his game stuff. It's like, no, don't come in here unless you want to be online. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, storms. Yes, we've been getting some of those too. I appreciate you dropping by for the stream. But yes, I understand when the storms are coming through, you don't really want to have all your electronic equipment going necessarily. I don't know, I guess we risk it a lot of times down here in Florida, but if we shut down every time there was a storm, then we would never do anything. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just here working on my little tiny daffodils. Working away. Let's see. Nope, I need to go over one more. There we go. Like, this is kind of the edge of the pattern, but it of course goes out a little bit because of the heart shape. But it's the edge of the pattern for this part of it. So I kind of wanted like a band of one of the motifs to sort of base it off of for doing the other rows and stuff. Makes it a little easier. So I'm doing this as a stitch along with a few of my friends on Twitch. So they suggested it, and I really needed to start another project. I did not, but I did, because it was like, oh, that sounds like fun. And I already had the patterns because I started doing it as a year-long stitch along. There's 4 seasonal patterns. This is the Heart of Spring, and then of course it'll be the Heart of Summer next, and from Little Dove samplers on Etsy. Really cute little patterns, and I've had them and I've been wanting to do them, and they suggested it. I was like, well, fine, I might as well. I don't know how I'm gonna get this done by June. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm gonna try, but oh, dig blang it. So this is down 1 row too far. Thankfully it's only 4 stitches. See, this happens to me so much on stream. I get to chit-chatting, I get to talking, I get distracted, and then I count wrong. It's okay. We'll fix it. It's not too bad. At least I caught it before I finished off the thread. Then I would have been really irritated. Okay. I just need to hop over, or hop up 1. That's my problem. It was 1 too low. Which sometimes I will just like fudge it and be like, it'll be fine. But I don't really want to, you can't really do that when it's like a set motif like this and they all look the same, because if one is off, it'll be like, wait a minute. Something not right about that one. Okay, this is where it's supposed to be. Now I've got it under control. I can't. So I understand. Yes, I've gotten better at it, but that's why I'm kind of doing this pattern that's not super complicated. I really would not attempt one of my like full coverage confetti heavy patterns, because that would not end well at all. It would be very, very bad. So yeah. I can usually do okay, but sometimes I fail. Alright, so that will finish up this yellow, and then I can do the other yellow. So yes, I I know there are places in the Pacific Northwest, especially like in Portland, that don't get a lot of snow, because of like geography or something. Yes, but having lived in Georgia and Texas, I could see. I actually moved down here from Georgia. I lived in the Atlanta area before I moved down here. I grew up in South Carolina, so I've pretty much spent my whole life in the South with the humidity. I mean, oh, you met it. Oh, you get to hang out at Total Stitch Show. Frog switched to crochet. Frog, that was embarrassing. Yeah, yeah. But see, that's just a sign that you're having fun. Maybe too much fun, but whatever. Yeah, now that I've gone to several retreats, I've gotten better kind of like multitasking, stitching and chit-chatting with people. Okay, I'm trying to see, like, wait, let me get this lined up so it looks okay. Yeah, I think that's just something that always happens sometimes, but especially bad when there's something that can be distracting you. Because, like, although I say, oh, this pattern is fairly simple, I still messed it up. Okay, let's move on to this other yellow. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Would you stop it? Sometimes I'm trying to press the button. It's like, you want to do this thing? I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Don't you be telling me what I wanted to do. That wasn't it. But yeah. I don't get too upset if I catch the mistake fairly early, but if it's like way on, oh no. That is frustrating. Okay, so finish up a couple of these flowers and then the other flowers. Yeah, I should be able to get these done. I don't know if I'll actually get to anything else. I was only really planning on doing this for an hour or so. I mean, at least for me, when I'm watching, I'm not like inclined to watch super long floss tube or. And the Stitch With Me videos are generally not as popular, however you do them, which I get that. It's more of a, like, just hanging out with the stitcher sort of thing. But, yeah, I started, when did I start? Did I start these? I think I started this on Wednesday. Yes. Over on Twitch. Well, I started a little before that. Or no, did I start it? Yes, it was Wednesday. Oh, good grief. As I do a stream on Wednesday nights over there. Remember, I started it in the afternoon so I could get a little bit done. And I swear, I'm only going to have finished this row of daffodils. I don't know how I'm going to get this pattern done by June. I don't know. Guess we'll see. was doing so well on all my plans for the year and getting stuff done and all this. And now I kind of like just have fallen down on a couple things. But that's just the way it is sometimes. You can't just be so rigid in your planning that you can't account for new plans. All right. One down. 2 more to go. I mean, I suppose I could go all the way across with this color, but it seems a little far. Not that that's, I suppose, really stopped me on some of the other ones. That's okay. I'm going to do. Okay. All right. But I hope all of you that are watching live are having a good Saturday. Good weekend so far. We've been talking about getting an exercise bike, and we might try to do that this weekend. It kind of depends on the weather, because we had to put it in the back of the truck and we don't have any sort of like cover, so I have to make sure it's not going to rain, which happens a lot. And in the past couple weekends there's either been something else we're doing or rain or something that puts a damper on it. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. It's like, we want to get a bike so that we can be healthier and stuff, exercise. And the weather says no. So I don't really want to order one off like Amazon or something, because I don't totally trust that I'd get something that wouldn't just break. So yeah, we looked at some at the sporting goods store, and we saw one that we liked, and it doesn't have like a teeny tiny seat, but we weren't quite ready to get it yet because we didn't have anywhere to put it. So we'll see how the weather is tomorrow. I'm hoping it's decent, because I would like to be able to go ahead and do that, because we've done a lot of, like, we'll just go on walks and stuff, but the problem is like there's not really a good place around here to do that. Like, our neighborhood is very small. It's just like one road with 2 little offshoots with cul-de-sacs. Like, there's not much to it. You can walk around it in like 5 minutes. So it's kind of not the most exciting thing to walk around. There is a neighborhood near us that's bigger with sidewalks and stuff. The problem is, to get to it, we have to go on this other road that has no sidewalks, and people drive way too fast on it, and it's a little nerve-wracking. So it's not the most fun thing in the world. And it's not a very big road either, because it's sort of just like a little ancillary road or whatever. But there's a fair amount of houses, and there's that bigger neighborhood off of it, so you do have a fair amount of traffic, but it's not like a fully with the lines on it and everything. It's just sort of like paved. Exercise equipment. Yeah, I don't know if I could manage to exercise and stitch at the same time. Plus, I'd be worried I'd get like sweat on my cross stitch. But it takes enough of my focus to just like stitch what I'm doing. Like trying to also coordinate that with like riding a bike or something. No, that wouldn't end well at all. Even with like a treadmill, I don't know if I could do that either. Honestly, yeah. That seems difficult. Like I recently got a subscription to Audible, and I'll probably either do that or maybe watch Floss Tubes or something on my iPad. That was kind of my thought that I could do when I'm using it, because most of them have like a little like something where you can set a tablet or phone. Because the room we're putting it in doesn't have anything like that. We don't have room for it in the living room, so we're putting it in like the office. But we'll see. You know, our house isn't small, but it's not like huge, so you do have to keep those sort of considerations in mind. Okay, that yellow is done. Oh, I'm getting so close to being done with these daffodils. That's exciting. Oh. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to work with this new stand I got. Oh, but I wanted to let everybody know that down in the description box, I just put out, well, I and a bunch of other people, there's this Earth Day charity collaboration that I'm doing with a bunch of other designers. And it is just a minimum $10 donation to one of 4 charities, and you get 31 designs. And one of them is my design. I made a dodo pattern. I put a link to the website with all the information and stuff down in the description. And it's a really good deal because there's some really incredibly cute patterns. I'm not trying to like talk about mine. There's like some of the other designers' stuff is just so cute, and I want to stitch several of them. So if you're looking for a good deal on some patterns, I would definitely say to check it out. And if you're on Instagram, you can follow the Stitchers Collective, and they have pictures of all the patterns that are coming out. So that's my plug for the day. I try not to inundate the channel with with self-promotion too much, but it's okay. This is for charity. It's cool. Yes, I know, I do too. I spend a lot of time sitting and stitching, which is why we're looking into getting the exercise bike. Because it's like, it's not only that it's kind of awkward to walk in a lot of areas around here. It's just like it gets so hot in the summer, and then it'll be raining, and it doesn't just drizzle here, it pours down raining. So yeah. It's not very conducive to going outside, so we just figured to bite the bullet and get something, and then we don't have any excuse to not be getting some sort of exercise because it's there. No inclement weather, no bugs. So hopefully we will actually do that. Okay, and start this orange. Finish up these last little Yes. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's some really, really awesome people. They do a lot of posts promoting the people, and it's like smaller designers, ones people you may not have heard of. Um, but a lot of really, really nice folk. Like up to this point, I've done mostly stuff based off of uh, like pop culture things, video games, and stuff like that. Um, but I'm trying to branch out and come up with original designs. So that was this is one of my first ones that I've come out with, and I've actually got like ideas for a whole series in the vein of that of like extinct animals. I am so weird. I am very weird, but I'm okay with it. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of an interesting subject because the dodo became extinct so long ago, but it was pretty much directly due to human uh, interference. Because I know people kind of talk about, well, we brought the rats on the ships by accident and that they ate their eggs. Like, that was part of it. But we also hunted them for meat. So, like, we were directly contributing to their extinction. And when I started, like, looking up information, it was kind of mind-boggling, because we talk about now that there's a lot of issues with extinction and all that, and a lot of people know about that, but it's kind of like eye-opening when you look back. I mean, that was in the 1600s when that happened, well before the industrial age. And you start digging up, these cases from several hundred years ago, and it's like, yeah, we didn't have the technology, we didn't have cars, we didn't have all this industrial stuff, and we still managed to completely wipe out species. There was one, oh, it was a relative of the manatee. It was a sea cow, but really big, much bigger than any of the ones we have now. And that's part of the reason why it was hunted so much, because it had so much more like blubber and stuff. And also it was apparently, kind of friendly and docile. So of course we murdered them all. And what was crazy to me is it only took 30 years from when we like discovered them to when they were all gone. And that's crazy to me. Like, I've been on this earth longer than that. And it's just kind of mind-boggling that, and this was, a couple hundred years ago. And we managed that. And I'm just like, wow. Yes, that's what it was. It was the Steller's sea cow. That's what that one was. But yeah, I found some articles about different extinct species, and I'm kind of like working on a whole collection of different ones. So I just finished up another pattern. We've got to stitch it, and then we've got an idea for a third one. So I'm going to be working on getting those tested and ready to go. I have no idea how they'll do. I have no idea if people will actually be interested in stitching them or not, but I just want to create things that are interesting to me. So, if other people want to stitch them, that's great. But we'll see. We'll see. I have a few other ideas for some other stuff, different things unrelated to that whole collection I'm brainstorming. So, and that's the thing I've really liked about joining the Stitchers Collective stuff. It's really gotten me thinking about different ideas and really gotten sort of like inspired me, I guess would be the right word. You know. So hoping to I've opened up an Etsy store. There's nothing on there yet, so I'll probably talk about that on my channel when I actually have some things to sell. So I have a Ko-Fi, and that's where I put all my free stuff. But I'm probably gonna go with Etsy for the patterns and other things I'm gonna sell. Because I like Ko-Fi for a lot of reasons, but there are some issues with like taxes and stuff, and I don't want to get in trouble. And I know that Etsy deals with that. Plus, it's like a more popular platform. I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. But yes, definitely keep an eye on the Stitchers Collective, because we're working on probably another charity collaboration soon. So you keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I'm excited. Lots of things happening. Lots of stuff going on. Okay, I have finished the daffodils. Exciting! Pull them a little bit closer. You can see them. Little flowers. They're cute. Okay, so it's been almost an hour. So I think since I'm just finishing off these daffodils, I'm not going to jump into starting another part of this today. I did 75 stitches. It's not my worst. And but I really enjoyed chit-chatting with you folks, and it's nice to meet you, Andy. I'm glad you could join me today. I'm gonna try to do a stitch with me once a month. Might not be one next month. I've got a lot going on, but I'm also doing my floss tubes as lives, usually around the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. So if you're able, I'm generally scheduling them on Saturdays in the afternoon, because I figure that's a fairly accessible time for most people. I know that a lot of people do stuff on weekends, so it may not be, but I know I have some people here in the US and Canada, and then some people in the UK, so it can be hard to balance what times work. But if you're on Twitch, I'm on there, and I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do cross-stitching and some diamond painting right now. I might be doing other stuff in the near future, but for now, that's what I'm working on. So, all right, I'm gonna end off here, and I really appreciate everybody who has come in to join me, and I hope that you have a great rest of your Saturday. And if you're watching this later, I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening or whenever you're watching it, and hopefully I will see you in my next video.